We'll make a start on the first half of the post-game press conference for the game between Great Britain and Sweden. Sweden winning 78-59 here in Group B for the EuroBasket 2025. We have Coach Mark Stutel and Luke Nelson with us. Coach, can I ask you for your reaction to the loss?
Congratulations to Sweden. I thought they executed relatively well at times, particularly in that third period. So, congratulations to them on an important win for them. It's obviously a disappointing afternoon for everybody associated with Great Britain basketball. I didn't feel that we could, find any rhythm with the game. And I thought in the first half, we obviously had 12 turnovers, and I'll have to watch the film back, but from memory, I don't think a lot of those were forced turnovers. And I think, we were trying to find ways to be effective where we thought we could challenge Sweden. But we weren't able to get to that level of rhythm, I suppose, and flow in the game. And then, in that third quarter, they scored 26 points, and at that point, it was difficult. I think we obviously looked after the ball a little bit better in the second. But challenging, we probably wanted to make better use of those extra possessions in that first half. So, again, like always, our group continues to try and stay together and continues to try and fight at this level. But for sure, a disappointing and frustrating day for everybody associated with Great Britain.
Thanks, Coach. Luke, your reaction to the game?
Obviously a frustrating one. Like Coach said, we didn't take out the ball in the first, which kind of had us playing off the back foot a little bit, and that's something we've talked about that we've been consistently doing, where we're always in an uphill fight. And that makes it tough, especially at this level. A lot of talent, a lot of, smart players and smart coaches that now once you're behind, they know how to keep a lead and to keep going back to things that they have success with. I think Coach said the same thing. Like, we couldn't really find a rhythm. For the reason of that, I think it's hard to pinpoint without watching the game back. But obviously a frustrating one for us. And
Okay, thank you. When asking a question, if you could make sure you tell us your name and the organisation that you're representing right in the front here.
Hi, Coach. I'm Ryan from Ball in Europe. I suppose one of the things we've seen from your team throughout the 3 games is they're able to compete in spurts with teams at this level. To get to the point where they can compete for the full 40, what's required really of this GB side? And also, just to want to add, are we expecting to see Gabe this tournament, or is he likely done for the tournament as well?
Yeah, I think that's one for probably me as the coach to take away and try and think about that. I want to help our players as much as I possibly can, and that's a responsibility that I think I'll shoulder. I think I always have complete belief in our group. For me, I think there's probably a few reasons, as Luke had alluded to. We just need to try and pinpoint how they are to try and make sure those periods in the game where we are. We're playing, I suppose, our style. We want to try and find a way, to impose our style for longer periods. So I'll shoulder that responsibility and, again, try and figure out more solutions. We know that it doesn't get any easier, going to play the world champions on Monday, who were really impressive today in their game against Lithuania. So that's something that we'll continue to take away. I know how professional my group is, and that's something that we want to try and ensure that we do that. We want to try and make sure these traveling fans who've come out here, that they're proud of our intent, and proud of the way in which we're competing. So we appreciate the support they've given us out here in Finland, and we want to try and make sure that we do that starting on Monday and then obviously finishing on Wednesday against Montenegro. Gabe, honestly, I'm not being coy. We've been trying to work through a program, and I've said it, previously in this stage. It's kind of a day-by-day decision. We need to hit certain markers with Gabe to make sure that he's in the best possible position to do so. He's working tirelessly. He's hurting as much as everybody in our group is. He's desperate to be out there to help our guys. Senior guy, along with, Luke, Miles, Carl, those guys who've literally, committed their lives to this program. And for me, they don't get enough respect. So, day by day with Gabe, we want to try and make sure that, we do all the best we can to get him integrated back into our group, and we'll make a decision over the next few days. Thanks.
Question over here.
Mark, Sweden outscored you guys 42-16 in the paint, which was a huge factor in Sweden's win today. Ahead of that game against Germany, what adjustments are you going to be looking to make?
Yeah, I think probably where we're at, it's about, for sure, looking at Germany, but I think for us it's about how we can probably bring to life some of our ideas. We targeted about paint protection as one of our areas for today, and I felt that at times we weren't as engaged to that. Sometimes we were hurt off back cuts, sometimes we were hurt off post up, sometimes we were hurt off dribble drive, a few long rebounds. Some of those points in the paint came off our turnovers that I alluded to in the first. So sometimes we've had some situations where there's been one specific reason. For example, Lithuania trying to find different ways to cover Valanciunas. I think today there wasn't necessarily one specific reason. There was probably a culmination of a few different areas of the game that have led to those overall points in the paint. So, look, we want to try and bring that to life better against Germany. That's no easy task. Like I say, they're the world champions for a reason, and I've been impressed watching them play. I think they're as close to a complete team as I've seen, particularly in our group. But for us, we want to take pride in those areas of the game. We try and live and breathe protecting the paint. We didn't do a good enough job to our level, to our standards tonight, regardless of the outcome. So it's something that, again, me as the coach, I'll shoulder that responsibility and think about how we can fix that moving forward.
And to both of you, just one more from me for both of you. There was back home, there was a huge watch-along party for the Finland game. There was about 200-300 people in London that watched that game. To those people that might be watching this press conference and might be watching the other games, what's your message to them?
Honestly, a massive thank you. I saw some clips of it online, and just that's something that I think anyone who's been around the GB Senior program for a while knows that support hasn't always been as strong as it maybe could be, and that's not a dig, but like just seeing that was like it felt good for us, just to see that we have the support of back home, and like feeling that. And I think for a lot of that Finland game, I think we showed some good basketball. So that's something we can be proud of and thankful for. But hopefully, we can give them a bit more of a complete performance. But yeah, honestly, like a big thank you.
Yeah, I mean, echo Luke's words. I think I talk about this and I believe in this, and that's my sometimes as a leader, you have to stand up in difficult moments, but I believe in the responsibility of what these players do, and I look round after the game and see our group going to thank the fans here in Finland who've travelled. I think supporting a range of clubs from the UK, as I've been told by a few of them in passing, which is really, really pleasing and really pleasant. And as Luke said, the people in the watch-along parties, everybody is committed. Everybody in Great Britain wants us to be a basketball nation. The reality is, at the minute, when we get to these tournaments and these levels, that's the next stage for our evolution. We've qualified consistently over the time. The next part of our evolution is being a consistent threat at these tournaments where teams don't want to play us. We've obviously not had the outcomes or the performances over the 3 games probably consistently enough that we want, and yet we're still getting the people who are passionate about basketball in Great Britain supporting us from a distance. So yeah, from the bottom of my heart, and thank you to everybody on behalf of our group to continue to support us, and we'll need that a little bit more over the last 2 games for sure.
Okay, there's no further questions. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Luke. And good luck for the remaining games.
Thank you.
I will start the second part of the post-game press conference for the game between Great Britain and Sweden here in Tampere and here at EuroBasket 2025. We have Coach Rippinen and Melvin Pansar with us. Coach, obviously a great win for your team. How do you feel?
I feel really good, and it's nice to be here with a win in the bag. I'm really proud of how we came out in the game, how we prepared on a back-to-back game, and especially how the players took on the challenge mentally. We jumped on the game, we put our mark on this game very early, and that's something really important for me.
Okay. Melvin, how did you feel? Getting obviously a good performance by you yesterday, you had another good performance today, and the team get the win. How are you feeling?
And I'm just happy to be here, happy to represent Sweden in EuroBasket. It was 12, 13 years ago. I think we playing really good. The coach is preparing us really good also. And man, I'm just happy.
Great. Questions?
Coach, with Pele and Simon coming back after their minor sickness bug, how pleasing was it that they not only came back but really contributed, especially Pele?
Yeah, it took some time. I think Pele's second half was really good, but his first half was not so good. But what I like most is the team spirit when they came back and they started the game and everyone said, okay, let's play like we usually do and try to put all the players in their best position. So it helps a lot, of course. They're two very good basketball players and they fit in our style very well. So it felt good, and it was a good boost for us coming from yesterday to today that they were feeling better.
And to both of you as well, almost a simple question. It probably gets asked a lot, but with a win, that's motivation. You've injected new life into your EuroBasket odyssey. You go into the next game. Just how are you feeling ahead of that? I know it's very early stages, but how are you feeling going into your next game now?
I would say for me, I'm always trying to be in the moment, and that's what we spoke about before the game, like be in this moment, be in the very first possession, and then we move from there. And it's the same now in this very moment. Honestly, I'm just enjoying, and we have a really good coaching staff that has prepared already on Montenegro, what they do and so on. But at the moment, we're just here and appreciative of the moment that we could have this type of game in front of this fans, all the Swedish fans, but also a huge thank you to all the Finnish fans that came to support us. It means a lot, and I asked the Finnish media for help in this. So at the moment, I'm just enjoying, and then tomorrow I'll probably think about Montenegro.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, but after a back-to-back, the only thing
Oh, huh? You're not tired?
Yeah, the only thing right now.
No one's tired now.
Yeah, but trying to rest up. But for sure tomorrow, be locked in again, thinking about the next game, confident in the coaches, and we take care of our bodies. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm just, as I said before, happy to be here.
Just one question. There's a lot of Swedish fans here. There's a lot of yellow shirts in the arena. How does that make you feel, and what does it mean for you to do what you've done for them?
Incredible. I mean, we wouldn't be here without them. One of the big things for us in the qualifiers was our home court advantage. Playing in front of 8,000 to 12,000 every time, packed house, loud places. I think we had a really good home court advantage, and I'm really happy that we could give them something in return, that they could travel here and see their national team and see us representing them in the best way we can.
And same.
Yeah, as Mikko said, they've been fantastic, all the qualification games, and now at EuroBasket, they travel from Sweden to Finland, and man, they're doing a great job, and I'm just happy that we could give them a win, and hopefully another one.
Okay. If there's nothing else from anybody, thanks guys, and good luck in the next game.
Thank you.
Thank you.